Welcome back, everyone. So today it is Friday. Hopefully I get this video out on Friday. If not, I'm going to feel a little stupid with this intro. But we are going to be playing Kingdoms and Castles again, but this time on hardcore 200 years on the elevation mod. So it took me a while of finding maps, and I found this one right here, which is actually pretty nice. I would say one of the better maps I found. I was trying to do it on a medium map because I like the smaller maps, but when it comes to elevation mod, it's a little weird and I didn't really like the map, so we did it on larger versions, so it might be a little bit more laggier, but we should be good overall. So yeah, so I already said we're going to try to survive for about 200 years on the elevation mod, and hopefully we definitely can. We're going to be on challenging difficulty, which should be relatively, decent. Definitely going to give us a little, challenge, especially when it comes to food, but thankfully we have this right here, and I do want to try to take this over and make this our main food supply, and then get rid of this and focus all on homes in our surrounding kingdom. And of course, just by looking at the map, definitely wall all this off, or at least most of it, and then have a nice little defense here, and then of course focus on building people and stuff like that, and then trying to conquer the rest of the map. So thankfully we do have a lot of mountains as natural defense, and we can definitely use this to our advantage, especially over on here. It's a nice little easy area that we can easily just wall off. I actually think we can make an invincible kingdom, actually, just by looking at this. Oh my god, we can. So that means, what I mean by that is wall it all off, and then no Vikings can touch us. So that is a really good benefit of this map, and I do want to do that, but then I also don't, because then they kind of bug out. But there's a lot of land that we definitely can use. There is a little workaround to getting past this whole, walling off the area thing, but we'll have to try to do it later. But let's focus on our first tasks at hand. That is getting ourselves up before the Vikings and dragons come up. So just by looking at this, maybe a ballista tower here, because then this is pretty much the middle of the map here, or at least where I wanted to focus on. So right here would be a really good defense, and then of course farmland, get the stone over here, and then we have access to the stone over here. So we're gonna try to take those out as well. So let's try to get some of this, and then that should definitely help with farmland. But let's get some more homes so we don't fall behind when it comes to people immigrating in, and hopefully we can get this down before people come in, but I think we might be a little too late on that. All right, it's year 15. So far we're lucky with no Viking or dragon attacks, and oh wow. So far I've been really good with my farm here. I kind of restricted myself, only had enough people for the farm, and then everyone we got after the farm pretty much went to other jobs. And due to how our resources are far away, we are seeing some of the strain on our just overall everything, and it is taking a toll, but we're getting there. It just takes time, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to build things up, and we're getting 5 people, not bad. And I also like my layout here, so let's see here. Okay, so we got some more people on timber workers. I do want to increase my timber workers, but I want to start getting ballistas as quickly as possible. So if we can shoot down the dragon when he first comes in, which would be pretty cool. I've only done that once, I believe, and never again. But we should also try to focus on the windmill to give us more food, since we are running out already. So it wouldn't be bad to try to focus on this right now. And then what we can also do is build another one, and then hopefully get an archer tower, and then put it possibly right here. So then even when the Vikings come in over here, they're still going to get shot at by the tower if they do, go for the treasury. And that is my overall goal here. I mean, 6 people found this. Okay. Do I want to do this? We're getting more people, so I definitely would want to do that, and then we can get more farms too. And do okay. Well, actually, it's okay. We're fine. It's just a dragon. We aren't gonna get what the. All right, we're gonna have to do this because it's being a little weird. Sadly, we won't be able to kill the dragon, but now we know when he's gonna arrive, and now we have a set goal to go for. We are starving as well, so that's fun. Getting this guy out of the way. Still waiting for the Vikings, which I'm gonna assume after 21 years, but shouldn't be that bad. I'm going to try to get a manor, and then once we have manors, that's when our taxes are definitely going to go up. But I do want to focus on more of my resource gathering now, since we are having a decent amount of people. Oh, nice. I'm trying to think of what we can do, though. So we could just kind of clear this out. Problem is, though, there is wolves here, making things a little bit difficult, especially with the pathing, because then they're just going to go diagonal, running into this guy. But if we can clear all this out and get like a storage thing right here, this would be great. Oh, we got the Vikings coming up on year 20. I called it. All right, so it's gonna be up over this way. I should start building defenses. How am I gonna do that? I have no idea. All this is protected pretty much, so we should only have to focus this. I don't think we have to protect this because there's only 2 groups coming in, so I'm gonna assume 3. No, only 3. Wait, is it 3? No, only 2. Okay, we should be good. So yeah, by looking at them, we should be fine. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm recording at like 4 a.m., so I feel great right now, I'll tell you that. Anyway, so they're coming in now on our left-hand side. So this guy should definitely be able to take them all out before they even reach the treasury. So we should be good. And our food is not the best either, which is kind of problematic here, but let's see how this goes. All right, so take them out. Okay, good, perfect. All right, so this will definitely help us. Hopefully they can actually build these up in time, because it's, like I said, all the resources are far away, so it's taken a lot longer to finish things, which is problematic. Could definitely, it's not great, but it is something. We're definitely holding off, though. What's going on here? Come on, give me a win. Give me a win. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay. I think they might be able to fix... No, they weren't. Okay, well, that's awesome. Anyway, I think we're not going to get the dragon in time either. Oh, that's great. I love the fact everything is so far away. What? Thanks for that, game. That is really lovely. I am so happy that my giant house got torn down. All right, so I think what we're going to have to do is really try to think of resource management here, because everything is just way of like a wolf den. Hopefully we can fix that with, you know, some buildings. I think what I'm going to do is put a tower right here so we can take these 2 out and then have access to this. There's also that right there. If I take this out, we could have access to these 2 as well. Actually, might be a bit, yeah, it might be a good idea to do that once we get the resources, because we're just so stretched across here that we can't really do much. Food wise, we're still good, so we might actually take that down a notch so we can get more quarry workers. Thanks. It's not like there's water right there. Anyway, how's this? Okay, so that's up and running, which is good. So we really need to focus on wood supply here. Wow. They are not even close to done with that. All right, so we're going to, before we die, we definitely will have the for year 9, hopefully. Trying to think of what we can even do here, because we're kind of screwed right now on everything. Stone, we might as well just replace that with this, get ourselves up, and I think what we're going to have to do is put a stockpile here, so then once we get resources, we can just automatically put it here, and they'll take and pull from that. I don't want to do that, but it's going to have to be what has to be done, and that should... Okay, so we've been getting hit pretty hard. The Vikings went immediately for the farms, nothing else. So we had some farm issues, and we still do, which is not good. So I'm trying to, increase that with this right here. And okay, so the Vikings are coming in now. I definitely need to start working on my food supply a bit more. I can't do that. Never mind. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait for these guys to come over. Hopefully the people on the ballistas take out at least one group. At least some of them. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so they're gonna do a decent job taking out one group of them, and then the dragon's gonna come. Hopefully we can take them out as well, and I'm trying to get at least a bit more money so we can actually survive here, because we do have to supply all these guys with a lot of money. All right, and then that guy is one I think I should worry about the most, but he's gonna be dead, so I might actually money boost us. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Go down to 43. And, oh yeah, they're going down over there. Can we get one more snipe on him? Oh, got him. Perfect. All right, so we've got about 51 happiness. We're going to try to take advantage of that with our money. And then we're also going to try to build more towers. That should be good. And hopefully that can actually sustain us for a while here. So the dragon's coming in, of course, on the farthest side away from me. I love that so much. I think we can do this. So let's raise these guys. I think they definitely could get him since I raised them. Could they? Let's find out. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh yeah, he definitely could if he stomps right about there. Can they all shoot him? Why aren't they shooting him? Are you... what? Oh my god, some people left the build. That is crazy. Okay. Well, that was fun. I don't even... oh, to build that. Okay, you know what? That was fun. Alright, so... didn't really think of that one. Anyway, at least we have some food, you know? We're gonna do that again so we can have more builders, and that's not gonna be a good thing, but you know what? It is what it is. We're trying to make things work here. And someone died. You know what? That's them. That's their fault. They shouldn't have died. Oh boy, it's been a while since I've done this. So the audio basically broke and I'm gonna have to overlay what happened. So as you can see, a lot happened here. I am currently building a bathhouse and I also extended our farms along with doing the clustered building down below. And I even got the docks to go up and running, which is pretty good. I am starting to try to do my best to start trading here. And of course, you know, as you can see, we're doing pretty good. Now, we are having some money problems at this time. I do remember this, and I'm also having some happiness problems, but as you can see, we are definitely going to try to fix that the best we can, and I am doing my best to properly feed my people. I know during this time food was very hard, and as you can see, I even moved my cemetery because it was bugging out, and thankfully we put it over there and it started to work. And I am still building on defenses at this time, so you know, as you can see, we're doing pretty decent, and I'm also starting to add more food diversity, which was pretty good on my end. And as you can see, we definitely will improve on it later, and especially increasing my storage, which is very important. And I think around this time I am starting to fully, you know, stone off my, you know, pathways, and as you can see, I am. And hopefully nothing bad happens. I think something did happen right after, or it was more down later in the video, but as you can see, we definitely made a big improvement. Okay, so they never actually went this way before, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'm a little worried by this, especially with how many there are running around, those little gremlins. At least they're getting put down, though, I think. Yeah, they're getting put down somewhat. This is going to be a big problem, though, if they go for all these buildings. Definitely should have maybe blocked this off, because I'm still working on down here, you know, trying to build defenses. Thanks for that, game. What is being hit here? Oh, it must be the thunder. Wow, that building is almost destroyed. Jesus, why? Okay. How we doing? One was kidnapped. Are we still good? I think we're still good, because it's raining. It's going to put out the fire. Alright, so we are good. Alright, except for that one farm. Alright, so that was a pretty good defense, even though it was right behind us. That was kind of weird, though. Anyway, as you can see, we are also close to 1,000. They're now building this. Hopefully, this puts us over the edge. If not, I can get creative and find things to do. Trust me. They want a tavern. I'll put down a tavern somewhere. I could just hide it in here. Could I? Oh my god, I could. Yeah, I'll just hide it in there. Screw it. And, I put some buildings in here to kind of make it look a little bit more rugged. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do about adding more homes. I want to do it over here, but the problem is that we don't really have defenses over here, so it's going to make it a little weird. Actually, no, they can't spawn over here, so we should be good. Except for up here. We could just block it off over here, though. We'll have to see what I do. Oh boy, we did it. Year 168 when we finally broke 1,000 population. It took us a long while at the very beginning, and I have a lot more to go because I'm starting to build over on the mountains, which is pretty good. You know, if you need room, especially on the elevation mod, building on the mountains is really good. So keep that in mind if you're, you know, playing on this, but also keep in mind the lag. It's starting to kick in really badly. But only with the Viking, so, you know, we're surviving. So thankfully they split again. This one's going to be manageable. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get those guys down because I was able to elevate this. Whoa, okay. I was able to elevate this over here. If I can turn my screen. Uh-oh, that's not good. All right, so this is the best we're getting. So over here, I was able to elevate this, and I'm gonna try to continue it all across, but what's going on down here? So they were attacking. There we go. Oh, let's see here if we can kind of hold you off. Oh my god, if I can do anything, please. There we go. That's going to try to hold them off at least so they can, you know, survive. And please don't die. I mean, they're doing a good job holding it off. So we're just going to try to keep healing this so we can get these guys as much as possible, you know, defending. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, no, no. There we go. Please. Did I get it? I got it. Thank Christ. I don't think you're... Oh, wait. Are you tall enough? You should be good. No, you're not. Oh. I thought you were tall enough. Okay, well, we're gonna make you tall, because I can't be tall in real life, but you can. Anyway, let's get this here, and rebuild. It's just easier if I just click it, and, you should be good to take that. Are they? Are they taking it? I don't think so. Yeah, I think this guy's gonna have to go down. What is wrong with that? Alright, yeah, so that guy's gonna definitely go down, which is a shame, but oh well. They're gonna slowly get sniped and, you know, as they go, but you're 169, so that means we got about 31 more years. And by the way, it is like 5:39, so I'm gonna barely get this video out before today. Oh my god. So I never got anything about, you know, health, but I'm building another hospital, as you can tell by the red on my streets of what just happened. Yeah, the Black Death came, killed literally 1/3 of my population. It's not the 2/3, but you know what? I'm gonna flex and say I got 1/3 of my population killed, and we're still recovering. I don't think that's a good flex, but it's a flex. All right, so let's get the money back up. And yeah, so I've just been doing festivals for a while, and oh my god, the amount of dead bodies. So we're gonna try this again. I did basically refresh the game because I went to work, just got back, gonna finish this video. Please tell me this is gonna work. If not, we're kind of screwed on dead bodies, but I think we might be good. Oh yeah, they're bringing them over. Okay, so we are somewhat cooking here. Oh my god. Okay, bathhouse is too crowded. That is a me problem. I'm gonna try to lower this, and then I can just put another bathhouse across from here and just call it a day, because oh my god, not the fucking plague. Not again. Ah, shit. Okay, well, we're gonna try to deal with that. Wow, that is really just like bringing people down here. All right, so are you guys good? I mean, they're bringing it to them. Okay, there we go. Okay, do I need to clear this yet? No. Okay, so they're still good. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to jump in and just tell you that 1/3 of our population died and we're recovering. What is this? What? Okay. Yeah, we have this. Okay, well, we're gonna try to stop that by doing that and just build these. I mean, am I looking at this right? Yeah, I'm looking at that right. Okay, so okay, our goal is to try to finish this and distract them with this. They most likely will take my workers. Great, that's awesome. I'm glad for that, which means it's going to take even longer for that to finish. And I mean, we do have a food crisis going on, but hopefully this fixes it. Because we did just boost in the population, and then, you know, of course, you know, we don't have enough food to upkeep all that. So we're going to try to fix that by just buying everything, to be honest, and hope we can survive this. But I think we can, because well, as you can see, we will definitely survive this. Oh my god, this is going to be annoying. Oh boy, we are at year 199, and I was just pretty much holding down the fort, and we did it. So we had a rough start to begin with, and we are still having a little bit of a rough time, but we're still making ends meet with, you know, our meat, and of course our wheat, and as you can see, we're doing it. Definitely we could have done a lot better at the start, but we did it in the end. I was able to elevate a lot of the land here. We could actually continue to 300, but I feel like that's going to be the next week. So if you got to the end, you know what next week's, you know, video is going to be. But as you can see, we did pretty good, you know. Wasn't the best, but, you know, I think I recovered and, you know, adapted appropriately. And of course, I added some more, you know, bridge houses to kind of get the population up, which we also got above 1,000. I wish I could get more, but you know, elevation mod really does you dirty. I'll tell you that right now. But we are taking out these dragons pretty easily, except for this one. This guy's a little menace. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. It's about, you know, 6:22 a.m. So you're watching this, it's gonna be at 11 or even later. Yeah, this is gonna be a while for my editing. So have a good one, guys. Take care and enjoy the summer.